Notice that I'll start out lightly and then tap a little harder. And I'm beveling away from the nose to get the nose to stand up above the muzzle. I'll use the same tool to do the muzzle. I'll start out lightly and then strike a little harder. After I get the lower part of the muzzle, I will switch to the larger of the figure carving bevelers, and I will follow a dollar-dime that I made to blend that up into the face and up by the eye. We'll do it also off of the nose a little bit to form the nose. In the lower part of the muzzle, I will use this tool and lean it back some to eliminate the halo that I made with the other tool. We'll taper off all of our beveling. Now we'll do some more beveling underneath the eye to indicate the folds. And above the eye, we'll do also some of the folds. It's not necessary to be real careful and worry about tool marks, because as we put the hair on, we will be covering up a lot of that with the hair. As you know, bears are pretty hairy. I will now use the smaller of the figure carving bevelers to do some of the detail in the mouth. Notice that I'm not hitting real hard now. I am now going to do the eyes, and I'm going to do them with the pointed modeler. I will first take the pointed end and push it deep down in the corner, as you can see. I'll do that to both corners. And then I will use the modeler and carefully just kind of open the cut. All we want to do is round the eyeball. We do not want to mash it down. If you mash it down, you'll make the bear look blind. We're just going to sort of round off the edge of that cut. And we'll use the modeler to sort of make an eyelash on the top. And we'll use it down below to make a little skin ridge right under the lower part of the eye. It's real easy to overdo this. And right now I would say I have done enough to that eye. Now we'll do the other eye the same way. Push the corners in first, round off the cuts. If you want, you can tip it up and push the point in a little bit. But basically just round it off. And do the lower skin ridge. And the upper eyelash. And that's all you need to do to the eyes. It's real easy to overdo the eyes. I'll also bevel in the nostrils, and we'll use a small checkered beveler. It's a B936. We want a little more texture in the nostrils, so that's why we're using a checkered tool. To bevel all of the pointed areas where we did the hair endings with the swivel knife, we will use the figure carving pointed beveler number F902. And we'll do that by holding the tool, as you can see, and then we will walk it. As you can see, we are creating the ends of all those little cuts and the endings of the hair. Now it's very important as you get up here where the beard comes up to maintain the proper angle, and then as you get up near the top you taper off slowly. Now we'll do it over here, and we'll do from the top down. I'll start out. Please note the angle. The angle is almost parallel with the direction we're going. If we do not keep that angle correctly, then it will not look the way it should. Here's another example where our tool is almost parallel with the direction we're going, and as we come down here we maintain that same angle, and do not try to do this perfectly, because as you know, a bear's hair is from the wild and it's not really perfectly groomed. So you want to put some variation into this as you do it. Up here in the ear, we want to put these points. So remember we said that the flow of hair would come like this. So when we do the hair in front of the ear, we want to maintain that flow. Now for the outer part of the ear, we will tip the tool forward slightly and make smaller points. Now to do that, we just do the impressions closer together and notice how everything comes out from the center on the ear. And not quite as deep and closer together. We will do the same thing to the other side of the face. For this area under the lip, we need to do it very lightly and very close together. Even more lightly than we did around the outside of the ears. We will come back with our beveler then, and we will bevel around the tips, being careful not to flatten the ends of our tips. And this is how our face looks after we have done all the work with the pointed bevelers. Please notice the direction of all the hairs. Here they're coming up and out, here they're coming out and over, here they come out and down. I'm now using a modeler to smooth out some of the areas around the muzzle and the nose, and I will also use it to round off the muzzle slightly and the nose. And we can use it to round off the ridges in the mouth. Next, I will use the F896 figure beveler again, and I'm going to use it this time to round off the area or to cup the area inside of the ears, being careful here not to mash down any of the hair endings, and I'll lean it back and use it like a shader and just cup the area inside of the ear. And we'll do this to both ears, of course. Being careful not to mash down the hair endings.